Hello, Taurus rising. Welcome to your cosmic energy forecast for Leo season. My name is Chloe and I am an oracle. I will be working with two decks for you today. I have the Morgan Greer Tarot in a Tin. It's from the 1970s. Love this deck. The colors are super vibrant. So when I was like tuning in. What decks want to be in Leo season? This one was definitely like screaming to be used. And it does give me such summer vibes. It's true. And then the oracle that I've selected for today is the Dream Gate. This is by Danielle Noel. It's her newest deck. It's mass market. And I feel like this is great for the portal that we're in right now, moving from Cancer season, the beginning of summer, into Leo season, which is like the peak of summer, and very much that like interesting yet intense feeling we have this time of year. Cancer being ruled by the moon, Leo being ruled by the sun, and what that means to be like focused on more of the like unconscious compared to like focusing on the conscious, and how we're in that like, especially as I record this like a week out before Leo, when we're still in Cancer and very much like sensing that solar energy coming in but still being in the lunar energy. And yeah, that's definitely something with this zodiacal wheel. You have like on this date this planet, and like it's very cut and dry, which I love as an Aquarius. um but the reality is these seasons and these cycles, like the new one will begin before the previous one has ended, right? It's not so black and white as we can measure with like our humanness. So Taurus rising, let's get started. Let's pull a few cards for you. I have yeah, I have an invitation for inner child healing. So it looks like there is like divine support coming in for you, angelic support coming in for you if that's something that you resonate with. Um, it's almost as if you're at the point now where I don't want to say like, well, it's kind of like you're paying the price for unresolved trauma as we become more aware and more conscious and more conscientious, and like the frequency is rising and we're more sensitive and more tuned in. There's like things that we're no longer able to tolerate. So when I say paying the price, I don't mean like financially, I just mean like the unprocessed grief, that you may have been like compartmentalizing, or I'll deal with that later kind of thing. It's like, no, no, this needs to be transmuted now. There are lessons that are asking to be learned, patterns that want to be identified, so that we're able to actually process, receive the wisdom, and then move into that healing phase. So that is a bit of a tricky message to deliver, not gonna lie. Like, you're going into healing now. So yeah, let that solar energy do its thing, right? Like, let the sun get you and heal you. The oracle card is really interesting too, because there's absolutely a unicorn on it. And that's all I have for you. Amazing. Okay. Imagination, beyond the veil, inner child, and believing is seeing. So, yeah, with this one, I'm very much feeling that, you know, spirit team supporting you, angelic realm coming through to support you. So it's like you don't have to do it on your own. Collaboration between the divine and ourselves is definitely a theme that's emerging for Leo season. So the light is bright, it wants to shine on you, it wants to heal you. But also too, your part is accepting the responsibility. Like, I have suffered in whatever ways I have suffered. My inner child wants to be acknowledged. And then potentially, if it feels aligned for you, taking those steps towards acknowledging, caring for your inner child. It could be like inner teenager as well too. I'm getting that could be a thing for some of you, Taurus rising. So yeah, knowing that you don't have to do it all on your own. There is very much that divine support, that angelic support coming in. The decks aren't similar aesthetically, so maybe I won't hold up the cards at the same time. But yeah, very much you don't have to do it on your own, but now is the time, and you are paying the price in that. Yeah, this is something that potentially was neglected because you weren't ready to step into this type of healing or look at these these experiences until now, right? So trust that you have the divine guidance, the angelic support with you. It is time to release certain trauma, certain pain, but that there are potentially, some lessons and some healing involved for you as well too. The Three of Swords is like, I don't know. It's one of my favorite cards aesthetically for sure, because it does speak to that like pain that we all experience, like as human beings here and now in this time, and probably always. But it's not like something bad's going to happen. It's like acknowledging that something bad did happen. This is like, I see you, I acknowledge you, I understand that you are in pain, that you have suffered. And that's not something that we can avoid any longer, as far as like looking at. It wants to be healed, it wants to be transmuted, right? So it's not a negative card. It's like definitely an opportunity. This is what's coming to the surface to be healed, to be acknowledged. So that is like a very healthy card to receive, in my opinion. It doesn't, it's not foreboding. It is not something bad's going to happen. It is acknowledging what has happened and being honest with yourself about that. Um, so I think like, yeah, believing in yourself, believing that you have the power, that you have the capacity to heal is going to be something that's going to carry you through this time. That you don't have to do it on your own. Of course, you have your spirit team, but this is something that you weren't ready to look at until now, right? So now is the time when you have the strength and when you have that angelic support. Not that we're not always supported, but like you were working on something else last month, right? Like, don't worry about it. It's not too late. This hasn't come up, it hasn't been ready. It hasn't presented itself in this way until now. Like, this is when the invitation is on the table. And if it takes you some time, that is also absolutely okay. There's also an opportunity to potentially make some sort of like offering to Mother Nature when it comes to like receiving that, like taking that burden off your shoulders or taking that pain from you. Ritualizing this is something that could really, really support you, depending on, I don't know. I'm gonna say like, just as an example, at the full moon, you might want to do a little ritual to release and give an offering to nature, and then, just trusting that that's going to, yeah, I mean, not heal everything instantly, but will be enough of a like jump start or kick start, that she is ready to receive back that, that energy. And then you can pull up that, that healing energy from the earth in exchange. Like there can be some reciprocity in that regard. Asking the angels, asking Mother Nature to take some of that pain, that you can gently receive the wisdom and guidance and, all the healing that you have capacity for at this time, but make a little offering, I would say as well too, that, that like in real life action is going to be really, yeah, really supportive for you in this process, Taurus rising, and that there is no rush as well too. And it's definitely not too late. There's like a funny thing with time going on right now. Like I touched on it at the start of this video, where we're coming from Cancer season, the moon, the unconscious, into Leo season, the solar, the conscious. So moving between worlds like that, moving between those energies isn't always easy. So have compassion for yourself, right? But the sun is shining a light on something that was not ready to be seen before. So really like compassion is going to be huge for you as well. Now that you know that this is ready to heal, that it's ready to go, you can begin, taking those actions, but understand that it's all cyclical as well too. That it might not be like an instant thing, but the invitation, that I'm getting from like the earth element is that Mother Nature can take some of that from you, but just, yeah, if it feels aligned, potentially offer offer an offering to nature in exchange for taking that energy off your shoulders, and that can be done around the full moon in Aquarius, which is the Leo season full moon. So I hope that this was supportive for you in one way or another. You can definitely let me know if you have any feedback. There is also the collective energy forecast as well too. This is specifically for your rising sign, for Taurus rising, but you can get an idea of the monthly themes for the collective by tuning into that video as well. And while my books are currently closed for one-on-one readings, I do in general offer private readings. So that's something that you can book on my website if you want more, individual one-on-one guidance on any of the themes that I have spoken about today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Have a great summer, Taurus Rising.